I remember even when the news broke about Casemiro, all the statisticians were fighting to find the closest stats to compare Tchouaméni's career at his age to Casemiro when he was Tchouaméni's age. And Tchouaméni actually has better stats than Casemiro at this time. But you know what? I think the main thing as well that Vinny Jr. was telling us off camera too was that, yes, Casemiro is Casemiro. He's, you know, a Real Madrid legend. We know what he can do on the pitch. But the things that we didn't see are how he is off the pitch. He almost called him like a godfather, you know, in the dressing room, how he is, how, you know, how he acts. And we know how important that is. And yes, of course, Real Madrid took care of business against Celta de Vigo. We expect them to continue taking care of business. But again, as we said, this is a big player to miss. One that I think a lot of fans that we spoke to were surprised. They knew that they had to get over or start to prepare themselves mentally to say goodbye to Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro eventually. But they all said they thought it was going to be Modric first, because Casemiro is actually the youngest of the three. And the fact that it happened so quickly kind of took everyone by surprise. So
we thought he was going to be the first one, but he's going to be the last one.
But he's going to be the last one.
Yeah,
Lucas at home, man. He's not going to leave. And look at how he's playing. We didn't even talk about his goal because honestly, it left me speechless. Even Carlo Ancelotti said it. He was like, "What?" I mean, it speaks for itself. But I want to know, before we move on, of course, to the other side of Madrid, which you were at, do you eventually think that they may feel the impact or they may suffer a bit of Casemiro? Obviously, this was the first match without him since he made it official that he was going to United. So you felt like the players had to make a response. And Vinny Jr. said that they had to make a response. But how big of a miss do you think he'll be overall, even though they have the young ones that look so bright?
Yeah, I mean, Casemiro is the one to miss in big games. I know the last season, Casemiro was at his level. I mean, if you see the overall season, but you know, in the key points, in the key games of the season, Casemiro was there, and I think his experience is going to be missed by Real Madrid. That's why Ancelotti tried to convince him before leaving on Friday morning. He was like, "Okay, why are you not staying here with Real Madrid with your teammates, with the club, with the titles you're gonna win?" And that's why he tried to convince him. Even there was a talk in between Ancelotti and Casemiro in the mid of the US tour, trying from Ancelotti to tell Casemiro that he was going to be a starter despite Tchouaméni's arrival, because he has more experience, and in the key games he has to prove, and he was going to prove that he was going to be the starter. I think in Champions League big games, that is where Casemiro is going to be missed, because Tchouaméni doesn't really have the pace in elite games for something that Casemiro has been working for in the past years. But I understand the Real Madrid has to bet for this guy because he's really young. The future for him is not only the future, but the present is bright for Tchouaméni. He's still 22 years old. He already has been called by France international team for more than 8 times. I understand Real Madrid betting for Tchouaméni, but in the big games, he's going to be missing Casemiro, because he was so experienced that Tchouaméni still has to learn that.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.